like communicating and writing down everything. So when I did, angels started coming to me, and they told me to write down every single thing they told me, regardless of how big or small it was. And then they finally told me, you need to write a book. You need to start writing about our communications. And then later on, they told me that I need to incorporate life into it to show people that no matter where you are in your life, no matter where you sit in the darkness, there's always a way out. You can find your way to the light.
So what sort of people have given you messages in this? So is there any particular messages that you'd like to sort of, bring up in this conversation?
Okay, a particular message is I was given messages from the angels. I can't remember exactly Archangel Gabriel or who it was, but telling me I was going to rise from the ashes and I was going to move from where I was. I was going to get $20,000. I was going to get a new car. And I wasn't in a position to move. I wasn't in a position to buy a new car. I didn't understand what they were saying, but I wrote it anyway. But and then a month after they told me I was going to rise out of the ashes, the apartment I was living in burnt to the ground. But a month previous to that, I got apartment insurance because I was prompted to from the lady who gave me the car insurance, and I would have never in a million years gotten apartment insurance. And I know that was all through the work of spirit. So I lost everything in the fire, but I really gained everything in retrospect. The place I live in is much better, and people from everywhere came to help me out. I got a check for $20,000, like they said. I rose out of the ashes. I mean, I believe everything they tell me, no doubt about it.
That's quite incredible. So if people wanted to buy your book, how would they go about finding your book?
You can buy my book on Amazon.com or on my website, dawnbarlowmedium.com. And it's called, once again, From the Dark to the Light, A Memoir of Spiritual Awakening.
Brilliant. So I know that we're going to have two callers calling in, and we're just waiting for the callers. But in the meantime, is there anything else that you'd like to share about the book, or anything that you mentioned Michael Jackson?
Yes.
So did he come to you a lot?
He did. He came to me to make a whole chapter out of it.
Wow.
Yes, he did. He came out. Yeah, he was coming on a daily basis to me until he said everything that he needed to say.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I hadn't ever really heard of Lizzie Borden until I came to the United States. And ever since we've been speaking about Lizzie Borden, it's amazing how well she's known in this country and how many people know of her and the supposed sort of axe murders that took place. Right. And there's even sort of a poem, isn't there, about her?
Yes, there is.
But so is there much about her in the book?
There is, spread throughout the book. She come to me sporadically. And just before I published the book, she came to me because there was something that she wanted to put in the book that she previously was sort of shameful to say. So I believe it's a revelation, and I believe this tells it all. Yeah.
Right. And so did you get many angels come to you?
Oh, angels, everyday angels are around me, but yes, I've got many angels, many archangels, Haniel, Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, many of them, and just beautiful angels that some of them don't like, they say, well, I don't need a name, but then I always like a name just so I know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Do you have a favorite angel?
I love them now, but I think Gabriel, because Gabriel worked with me with this book. He helped me to write it.
Yeah. So did he come quite a lot?
He did come quite a bit. Yes, he did. He stays very close to me. Right. I appreciate his support and his help. Yes.
So what does he look like?
The essence of him, the difference between angels and archangels is angels are beautiful and they fly around, and I can see, as being a medium, I have the gift to see. And Gabriel and all the archangels are very tall when they come through. Yeah, they just got a big, powerful energy about them. There's a big difference between angels and archangels. So, and he's just, he always comes wearing brown, like a brown robe to me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I know it's him.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
Yeah.
And does he come, because when I see him, I always see him with the I don't know what it's called, like a
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what it's called either, but he's considered the messenger of God.
Yeah, so. It's called a
Yes, it
is. So anyway, I believe I have some callers calling in, but before,
thank you so much.
But before we go any further, I'd like to just tell you how you can get hold of From Dark to Light. It's on Amazon.com. And you can also, it's by Dawn Barlow. And so buy your copy. I've read it. It's amazing. You've got to read it. It's fantastic. So thank you for listening about Dawn's book.
Thank you.
Now, so I have some callers, and I believe I have Christelle in Columbia, Georgia. Are you there, Christelle?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello and welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Now I'm a medium, and I can connect to loved ones or give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work?
Loved ones would be, or guidance, whatever is necessary. I feel like the spirits will tell you what I need.
It can be that way, or it can be where I focus. And it doesn't quite sort of work in sort of. I think it's an interesting thing that is sort of raised. I think a lot of people think that we're just sort of, they'll just come in and tell us what you need, and that's not always the case. Sometimes we have to ask them the sort of questions. But I will see what I get. Now. The first thing that have you got children around you? Because I'm seeing children.
I do. I do have a child.
Yeah, and is this child quite small?
Yes, she's 3.
Yeah, I felt like 2 or 3, sort of, quite small, and I'm being drawn to the idea of you having children, and I'm being told. That is this a daughter?
No,
it's not.
No,
it's a son.
I have a son. Yeah.
Okay. A grandson, did you say?
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Did you say it's a grandson?
Well, I don't have any grandchildren.
Right, so you have a son that's 3 years old. So what I'm being told and what I'm being shown is that there's something really important about your little boy, and there's something really important that you need to know about your son, because what they're making me feel is that your son is a really evolved soul, and he. I feel with him that he will be doing some important work in this world as he grows up. I feel that it's something about helping mankind, and I'm not quite sure exactly how that's going to be. But I feel that I feel that there's a real importance for his academia, because he needs to be have everything that he needs to be sort of academically achieve. I'm being shown that I just feel that he's going to do something quite astonishing, like really astonishing. He's and I'm drawn to science, the sciences as well. I feel that he's going to, it's almost like he's going to make some sort of scientific discovery or some sort of discovery.
and I feel that, and that's why the academic field for him will be so important. It's almost like he needs to go to the right schools and the right university and the right. He's and I'm just being shown that you. It's almost like, and I'm being sort of shown that you. It's almost like this son of yours is a gift. And I feel that you've been in a lucky situation where you've been able to spend a lot of time with him and a lot of nurturing, and I feel that that's meant to be because of where you are at with or what is required for your son. I'm really sort of like he's going to do something really special in the world. How does that sound, Christelle?
That's awesome. That's stunning, actually. He started reading at 2.5.
Yeah, so you can see that he's an intelligent boy, can't you? You know, I just feel...
He took apart my husband's radio when he left the screwdriver on the counter when he was 1.5. That was fun.
Yeah. And Christelle, trust me, I don't say this to everyone. This is an unusual situation that I'm getting where I just feel that your son is. It's like he's going to be a bit of a genius. Like he's highly intelligent and going to be doing some special stuff in the world. And would I be right in saying that you're talking as well?
I couldn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
Would I be right in saying that he was talking early in his life?
Oh yeah, yeah. He started first words were 4 months old.
Yeah, he's because I'm repeatedly hearing how sort of marvelous he is, and he has come to this earth plane to do a specific job. He's got a very important job to do, and I feel like he's going to make some sort of discovery. It's a bit like Louis Pasteur discovering penicillin, or that just sort of radicalized the whole world, where we were able to have antibiotics and not die from infectious diseases. It's just quite. I just feel like it's going to be something like that. He's quite an intelligent young boy and will do exceptionally well. I also feel with him that he will end up in a school that will nurture him well. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's something like a private school or something of that nature.
My husband wants to send him to St. Bart's in the UK, which is where he went.
What's the name of the school?
St. Bart's, I think. St. Bernard. I can't. St. Bart's.
St.
Bernard.
St. Bart.
Yeah. It's a boarding school in England. My husband's from Burgess Hill in the UK.
I was going to be cheeky and say, well, that's why he's so intelligent.
That's kind of what my husband said. He was like, oh, we have to get him a British education.
Yeah. But the British education is quite renowned. But I just know that he's going to end up going to a fantastic school. But sadly, we've run out of time, and but I just want to let you know that he is going to be exceptional in this world. So lucky you to have this wonderful son. And thank you very much, Christelle, for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. So we have Stephanie in Dallas, Texas. Are you there, Stephanie?
I am here.
Hello and welcome to the show, A1R Psychic Radio. Now, do you, I'm a medium and I can connect to loved ones, or I can look at, give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work?
I am more so, I'm just in a transitional phase in my life right now, in an internal spiritual aspect, and I just don't know what this is about or the type of level the universe is trying to take me to. Like, it's really out of my comfort zone, and I'm confused.
Yes, yeah, I can understand that, because I know firsthand that when the spirit world decide they're coming to get you, they give you all sorts of stuff all the sort of time. Now, I'm having loads of things flashing in my clairvoyance, and I just need to decipher them. I saw a teacup, teacup readings. I saw, I'm seeing signs, like you must be seeing signs everywhere, like the writing up somewhere. Because I know that that's going to be significant with you, and that's one of the ways that they're trying to get to you. I'm also being told that you are hearing things as well. So they are activating your clairaudience, and I'm being told that that's only going to. And I'm a clairaudient medium, so that's I hear the words as they're coming through, and that's only going to get stronger with you. You're going to become more and more clairaudient. I feel so that makes sense to you, does it, Stephanie?
Yes, it makes sense. And then when I meditate, or if I'm up in prayer, like my hands and my arms, like they have funny movements and stuff, and they just start doing weird things on their own. And I'm like, what is this? What am I doing? I don't understand. Like, during the process, though, it feels very rejuvenated. My mind is in a whole different place when I get out of that level, out of that state. But when I come back, down, my energy is like balanced. I go back and think about it, and like, what was I just doing?
It sounds like you're actually getting into an altered state. And when you go into an altered state, you're moving from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind. And that's how you access spirit. And sometimes when you go sort of deep in a meditative state or in prayer, like you're describing, you can get a sort of shaky arm, because that used to happen to me. But as you become more experienced with mediumship, and you get used to sort of the energies that spirit work with, then you won't get that shakiness that you're talking about.
Yeah, so like now that you're talking, I have flashes in my eyes, like it just keep coming and going, like. And it takes me to a picture of something, and then it'll go away. But I can still hear what you're saying at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. And that's your clairvoyance. So they're activating that. What you need to do is you need to get to a local spiritualist church, and you need to sort of start sort of opening up and sitting in class, because I always liken developing mediums, or mediums that have got, like with you've got all the raw materials, and it's almost like you need the tutoring. So it's a bit like you may be good at music, but unless you go to music school, you're not going to be any good. Or you may be, have a natural flair for art, but unless you go to art school, you're not going to be any good. And sort of mediumship is just the same. You need to sit in circle. You need to learn to open up and close down. You need to, learn all about the different faculties, the hearing, the seeing, and the sensing. And these, and with practice, you will only get better. I'm being told that your mediumship has come from your mother's side of the family. So there must be somebody in your mother's side of the family that had sort of like instincts. The trouble is that a lot of people in previous times would cover these things up, and they wouldn't go, wouldn't be public because of, religion or such like. But I do feel that I'm linking in with your mum's side of the family.
Okay.
Does that make
Wow.
sense to you?
Well, it kind of a little bit because as I'm going in through the DNA process, there is some things that I've noticed like only my mother's side of the family has.
Yes.
Like we're Native American. I've seen that in a dream. Like it was just like a big red flowers, and I just seen this Native American in this native suit playing the little. I don't know the proper name for it. I guess that's some information that I need to do upon myself.
Is it just your mother's side of the family?
Witch magic and stuff, don't they?
Is it just your mother's side of the family that's Native American, or is it both?
It might be both.
Okay. But I just feel very strongly drawn to your mother's side of the family that have this sort of connection. And Native Americans often appear as guides. I know it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but how many people who are mediums say, I've got a Native American working with me? And the reason being is because they were so incredibly spiritual. They were amazing, amazing people. And I know that, but I can feel that your awareness. And I feel also that you've been sensing things before they're going to happen. So in other words, you've had some premonitions as well. I'm sensing around you.
Yes, and it's like, and they're getting more and more intense. And like, I've been on social media, and then when it comes across, like after I say it before it happens, and then when it happens, and someone in my family sees that what I said came true, it's like, but then they paint me out to be the bad guy. Like, oh, she's crazy. They just think the most crazy stuff ever.
And one of the most important things, for yourself and anybody who's listening, is that if you have this gift, and let me tell you, it's a gift. It's an incredible gift. To have mediumship in your life is the best thing that you could ever have. And the problem is that if you're surrounded by people who don't approve, or who are critical of what you're doing, or sort of, say you're mentally ill or something like that. If you're surrounded by people who do that to people like us, then it's not good for you and it's not healthy. And what's really important is that you perhaps find a local spiritualist church. I don't know if there are any in Dallas. I know that sort of, when you go to the sort of south, it starts to, there's less and less spiritual sort of stuff going on. But if there is one, I have noticed that. I know that sort of, in the Carolinas, there's just doesn't seem to be any spiritualist churches that I've come across. But maybe there is, and maybe somebody's going to, write to me and tell me there is one here. But I do feel that it's so important that you're effectively surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded, who understand you and get you. So, by going to a spiritualist church, it will help you to open up, and it will help you to just feel normal. Just feel,
it would. I think it'll help me bring out my gift even the more, because it makes me shut down when, family don't understand. That's why I'm like, wow, I can't believe that it came from my side of the family. But I do know that we are somewhere down the line. We are Native American. I've seen it.
Exactly.
They come to me and talk to me.
Yeah. But I just want to sort of, reassure you that there's nothing wrong with you, and you. But the key is to be surrounded by people who, like this community on A1R Psychic Radio. You look at all the readers and stuff like that. We're all doing this, and we all had to start at some point. And sometimes it's a bit like coming out, I think, and I feel that I feel that I have well and truly come out. I've told the world in case you didn't know, I'm a medium. So it is.
But, it feels like that.
It does, because there will be so much criticisms, but have the strength and the conviction, because this is God's gift to you. And
Okay.
why would you deny a gift that's been given to you?
Right.
Why would
I
you
even
deny it?
tried being in the Christian world, and it's just not for me. And my guides tell me all the time that lifestyle is just not for you. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it or I'm against it. It's just, it was not for me.
Yeah, and you have to find your own sort of niche and your own place. But in the Christian world, they will accept, the concept of a prophet, but perhaps not a medium.
We're working with police officers, private investigators, and detectives that helping to find missing people or solving the crime cases. So, before I start my show, I would say, again, I am very thankful, I am very grateful for all love, emails, DM, flowers, anything that you guys sent to me recently in the past 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. I am beyond amazed, and I am beyond thankful, and I am beyond happy. So thank you so much for everything. So let's just talk about self-love. Let's just say stop sabotage yourself. Stop controlling yourself. Stop feeling that you have to explain yourself and prove yourself to others all the time. Give yourself a little bit of time to understand about your feelings, your passion, and your inner peace. There is no bitter feelings than when you're respecting yourself and your own passion. If you do not respect yourself, if you do not love yourself, if you do not forgive yourself, nobody else is going to do. So in order to change your life, in order to bring love, prosperity, abundance, and passion in your life, you need to let go of all the negativity, let go of negative circle of people, let go of blaming yourself, and let go of shaming or having guilty feelings about your past. As I always remind my students and my clients, past is about 5 hours ago, and future is about 2 hours from now. I wanted you to always, all the time, be in a moment, live in a moment, and stop blaming yourself. If you do not have enough self-care, if you do not have enough love to yourself, you're not able to love anybody else. You're not able to give any of your talent and heart to anyone. I'm sure that you may have children. I'm sure that you're starting to think about, I would love my children to death, but somehow in some points I'm depressed. I can't because I am in an abusive relationship. I can't because I'm not ready to take on. I can't because I'm this, and I can't because of that. But you think that you can't do it. You think that I can continue to be in an abusive relationship because I have kids and you know what, I had to, I don't have any choice, which is completely wrong. So that comes my self-love, my self-care, my self-passion, and stop sabotaging yourself because you have kids. Your kids will be more than happy to have a very beautiful, successful, amazing mom or a handsome, successful, amazing dad than being together with someone or being in an abusive relationship. So it's time for you to watch around and see, are you living healthy? Are you happy? And do you love yourself? Back to studio, your guys listening to I Would Advise the show, and this is me again, Fiona, your subconscious mind surgeon, as known as Persian medium. So, hello, Tonya, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Hello, hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Thank you for asking. Give me your date of birth, my heart, and also tell me what you have in your mind and what I can do for you. Go ahead, sweetie.
Sure. So my date of birth is 5/21/86. And I guess right now I'm just kind of wondering if I'm going the right way. I took a kind of a leap of faith and ended a relationship in hopes that it would bring me closer to where I need to be as a person. So.
Okay. Let me open your pentagon. I'm trying to read it right now for you. Number one, if you are making a right decision, answer is yes. You did make a right decision. If the timing is right, the Pentagon wanted you to wait a little bit. That means that don't rush. It may be because there's a couple things that still need to repair or somehow need some specific or some significant attention. Maybe it has to do with finance, maybe it has to do with other things. But it says making a decision to get rid of this relationship, it's the correct decision. Doing it now, it's not the correct decision. So it means that you have to wait a little bit, and I'm asking the Pentagon, when would be the best time for you to leave? And I'm getting back actually around the month of July. So July 23rd, July 29th, and August 5th came for you when it comes to leading the relationship or what we can name on right now. You got it, my love?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think you perhaps may know that why is not rushing is a good choice or good things to do, because the Pentagon shows that decision is good. Absolutely, you have to, but not at the moment. Okay?
Okay.
So when it comes to your career and finance, I'm getting a couple questions. It sounds like that you want to be also spontaneous in some way and doing something, which again, Pentagon shows don't rush. So tell me about it, because I need to give you the best of advice, as the Pentagon shows that you are running and rushing too much on something. That means that your mind is all over the place. That means that you are not maybe thinking correctly. That means that you should lay back and relax and calm down a little bit. So tell me about it. What's going on? Why you are rushing and why you are all over the place right now?
I took a brand new position that never existed, and I have a lot of pressure from the executives at work to be successful. So it's kind of a scramble on how do I get the movement needed to be successful in the role. So I can, be successful in my career.
Okay, so number one, Pentagon or me wanted you to not doubting about your success. I understand somehow at some points you getting tired of being heard by other people that something what you are doing is wrong, and somehow you are not good enough, or you're not working the way that they want or that specific person wants. But Pentagon shows if you calm down and not taking any of those things personal and not allowing your emotional feelings making a decision for you, then there is no problem. So you can easily get in, okay? So my advice to you is, number one, relax and write it down exactly what you want for your work. Number two, don't take any of those advice, maybe poisonous, maybe push or force personal. Hold it there and then feel and sense that you get things done correctly and nobody and no one can stop this progress. You got it?
Okay.
And number three, in between now until June 17th, don't change anything and don't do anything. Just relax and let everything come to you. So it means that you have to control your emotional feelings, means that you need to let things come to you by themselves, means that you should stop stressing yourself, and means everything coming in your way of some reason. So just relax until June 17th. And your time started from now. You got it?
I got it.
Awesome, baby. Awesome. Thank you so much, gorgeous. I have almost 10 people waiting on the line. So thank you so much, beautiful. All I want from you right now is that relax and calm down and take every single energies or whatsoever come to you personal, and then be positive, think positive, feel positive. For more information about me, you can go to avidadvice.com, avidawakening.com, surgeonmedium.com. And if you want to talk to me, not on the radio, in a private matter, go to avidadvice.com, sign up, give you 5 free minutes, and then call and chat from there. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Wish you the best. Okay, back to studio, and I have Eve from England. Hello, Eve. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, how are you, sweetheart? Can you hear me? Eve, can you hear me? It sounds like we lost her. Yeah, 1 second. Let me see. She's calling from London. So that's why I feel like that would be kind of a little bit of not having a good enough connection. Okay, so let's just talk about also about success, and then why sometimes we are not feeling that we are successful, or we did not done what we have to do successfully. So I think we got it back. Hello, hi Eve, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Awesome. How was the weather there, sweetheart? Do you have a foggy, rainy day, or is it sunny? How was the weather there?
Cloudy and sunshine. Changing its mind.
Not bad at all. Awesome. Eve, give me your date of birth, my love, and then tell me about your question. Go ahead, please.
Do I have to have a question, do I?
So your date of birth first, and then give me a question, or tell me about what you have in your heart and what you want to know of your moment. Go ahead, sweetheart.
It's just general, really.
Make it not general.
Whatever wants to come my way.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not doing it general on the Pentagon reading. So Pentagon reading is more serious than because it gave you a lot of dates. And because of that, I wanted you to be specific. I see that your mind right now is all over the place. And when you want to ask a psychic question, especially someone that is real and having the real gift, so you need to have more specific or significant questions. Is it about love life? Is it about money? Is it just that you have everything good, but you just want to know like what's going to happen in the near future? So you have to be specific here. So what is your specific or significant question?
Okay, I'll ask about my love life.
Okay, there's a couple things that I can see that will change. The first things that I see in your pentagon without any information from you or any date of birth, I actually getting in tune with some very strange but very shocking news, which is going to happen almost around the month of June. So we're talking about the June 10 and June 13. So get ready for that.
Okay.
I do not see any red flags on this. That means that this shocking news or whatsoever we can feel right now will be positive and as you wish.
Okay.
But this is going to happen until June 10 or in between June 10 to the June 13.
Okay, thank you.
And then another things that I can see that you have to say, I see a couple very all over the place love life, okay? So there is something that I wanted you to remind yourself. By being all over the place and by trying to hold yourself back, you can't gain anything. So all I wanted you to do is just be open about your feelings, be open about your thoughts, and choose in between. I think you understand about when I'm saying choose in between, because somehow I see some type of the holding from the back or from the past, and also connecting to the new. It's having some sort of blockage there. So that's why I want you to let go of the past and open your emotional feelings to the new, or better say, to the new beginning. So that's why that's better say made as a new beginning. But you confuse your part